Muy buena gente, estamos aquí con otro primer contacto, estamos aquí con otra demo, con la semana de demos de Steam, el festival de Steam, ¿vale? Así que este va a ser el último día, no sé si seguirán después, no sé hasta cuándo va a durar, pero hoy domingo, pues va a ser el último día, ¿vale? De demos y seguiremos con el Den Ring y con el Land Week 2, ¿vale? Así que vamos con esto, gente, que se llama Halibut y es una historia narrativa, ¿vale? En plan aventura gráfica. Se ve muy chulo el juego. Estás en una especie de nave submarina. Y bueno, va con el tema de la amistad, descubrir la amistad, que es la amistad. Y ese tipo de cosillas. Es como, pues eso, de ese tipo de cosas que no sé si os gusta a vosotros. Seguramente a algunos sí. Y bueno, pues eso, va describiendo la vida que hay bajo el mar y iréis descubriendo unas cositas más. Me recuerda el estilo gráfico a esos dibujos de antes que se hacían, esas series que se hacían con muñecos de plastilina, ¿vale? Tipo Pingu o cosas así. Y eran muy típicos alemanas, ¿vale? Sobre todo los alemanes hacían este tipo mucho de series animadas con plastilina y tiene un aspecto así un poquito. Así que vamos a ello, gente. Está bien, ¿vale? El juego está bien. Es un poco lento porque es una historia narrativa, ¿vale? Eso tiene mucho diálogo. Pero bueno, seguramente esto para echar una partidita ahí tranquilamente por las tardes, de tranqui. Está bastante guay el juego. Así que vamos a ello, gente. Ya sabéis que estoy en directo todas las noches en Twitch entre 10 y cuarto y 10 y media hora española. Nos conecto con estas cositas, gente. Vamos allá. Sí, este. Bla, 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 bla. Un pescado. A ver qué tal. Pesaba un huevo. 40 gigas para ser una demo, ¿sabes? Hemos llegado a casa. Como una ciudad submarina, ¿no? Una base. Ay, no sé por qué me está recordando a Bioshock. Esa parte. Esto ya no, ¿no? Pero... qué gente más bonita, ¿verdad? Ujú. Fedora. Creo que ese es el prota.
Harold, I'm afraid I need you to come with me.
Oh, hi, Major. What's the matter? Is that leak bothering you again?
It's your fine, your unpaid fine.
I had a fine?
You still do. Tubing without the proper credit on your tube card. Can you settle it now?
No. But wait, I'm sure I topped it up.
Improper tube card management, Halibut. You surely recall that since last week, the Energy District tubes require your tube card to be topped up with blue credit if an onward journey to the social district is intended, in addition to the usual weekly turquoise credit.
Wait, but only last month it was a green.
I don't make the rules, Harold, but the rules make me. Now let's get you over to the fine secretary so we can all get on with our day.
Vale. No, te lo has perdido, no puede ser, Vicky.
Fell foul of the end user insufficient funds clause. I'm afraid if you really can't pay, you're going to have to think of someone who can.
I guess that means you'll have to wait for the professor again. Who knows what she sees in you? Right, I'm needed elsewhere. There's a disturbing rise in the number of people traveling without the appropriate tickets recently. I hope for both our sakes not to see you again soon, Harold.
Que te calles ya, hombre. He estado a los cojones. Vale, ya puedo manejarte. Pero se maneja esto raro, ¿no? ¿Y con el mando puedo? Ah, puedo con el mando.
Can't you just put this on my account? I'll pay as soon as I...
Mr. Halibut, you don't have an account. Not since we blocked it.
Please, Mr. Secretary, let me just... I mean, look, can't we...
Your name is Mr. Secretary?
My title, young man, is All-Water Secretary number 24. It is not my name. Anyway, I'm afraid All-Water Corporation can't be seen to make exceptions. You'll have to go through the proxy payment process like everyone else.
Niño, a ver. Habla.
So, what are you in for?
Oh, I'm just here for the great company.
Aren't you a little young to start working for All Water?
What? No, I meant because it was a joke, doofus.
Oh.
Yeah. Could you let me wait in peace now?
Oh, sure. Will do. Have fun.
Felix?
Hi, Ma. Look, before you say anything,
Whatever your excuse is, it'll have to wait. Busy times. Mr. Secretary, please charge whatever Felix's fine is to the company tab, please.
Of course, Mrs. Van der Vaart.
Van der
Have a
Vaart.
pleasant day. You too,
Alemán
Master
esto, ¿eh?
Van der Vaart.
freedom! Have fun, Harold!
O va a salir
We
holandés
reluctantly
también.
interrupt your daily business for some important information for all inhabitants of the Fedora 1.
Dear people, crew, and company, we seem to have discovered something super cool. Please do consider to congregate tonight at the Agora Theatre for some important information.
Oh, Harold, here you are. I've been looking all over. Get your buns to the lab, if you please.
I do beg your pardon, ma'am, but there is still the matter of an outstanding fine for Mr. Halibut to find a proxy for. A completely reasonably priced and fairly applied fine, if I do say so myself.
Que te calles.
Please do not cause me further consternation. Just put it on my tab as always. Come on,
Joder, su
Harold.
cuenta. Me pagan la multa. Vámonos. Oye, te gilipollas.
Mr. Halibut, you'll need this before you go.
A ticket home?
Yes, and only home. It's not valid for any other routes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
And your tube pass should be unlocked again within 24 hours. So you'll be back to the luxury of fully automatic tube travel eligibility approval once again.
I can't wait.
Guardando.
Every time I need you, Harold, it's something else. What's wrong with you? I can't handle your shenanigans while we're in the middle of this mess.
I know. I'm sorry. Next time...
This must have an underlying cause. I remember when you were still in school and your teacher telling me about how you would just stare out of the window, oblivious to her even shouting at you. It's like you never snapped out of that daydream.
I was never in a daydream, just... the other stuff was boring.
Harold, I'm not sure which is worse. The idea of you living with your head in the clouds or never being excited by life. Only boring people get bored.
I'm sorry, Professor.
Ay, sorry, profesor. Joder, ¿qué me pasa? Coño, ¿y eso? ¡Uy! ¡Uy! ¿Se ha pirado? ¿Aquí? Ah, no. Le he dado también al mismo lado, ¿no?
Destination chosen.
Qué fuerte, ¿no?
Hope you enjoy your all-water tube system journey.
Y no moja eso.
You have arrived. Please exit the tube in an orderly manner. We hope you travel with us again soon.
But why isn't the line active? What needs improving? A man has a right to
Puedo acercarlo.
I don't know the exact decision-making process that led to this, sir, but I assure you it will be for the good of your overall
¿Pero qué hace?
traveling experience.
So will we get discounts on the other lines as a result of the inconvenience?
¿Era el laboratorio?
Destination decided.
¿Dónde era? No me acuerdo.
Inconvenience to be negligible.
But Harold, I'm tired of chasing after you like you're a stupid butterfly.
Hang on. What's a butterfly? That sounds silly.
A butterfly is an insect from Earth. They had beautiful patterns on their wings and drank pollen. I suppose you could say they often appeared in extra natural moments in life.
Se queda pillado, tío, rato.
Terribly
Esta
inefficient,
mierda.
flighty, overly trusting and delicate.
No, pero billetes para otra cosa.
Ergo, you never take responsibility, and I never
Me ha
know
hecho que
where
vaya
to
antes al
find you
laboratorio.
next.
I know I drift off a bit sometimes, but All Water raised the tube fares again, and they never announce it properly. This time it really was an honest mistake. Plus, there was this woman who...
Quiet, Harold. We don't have time for your flights of fancy right now. There's important work afoot.
Oh yeah.
Have you checked the blockage in the filter station yet? And did you need to feed the fish too?
Ah, yes, those two. I'm on the case. Bye, Professor.
Aren't you forgetting?
Oh, I'm sure those are all my tasks for the day.
You seem to have waylaid your... It really is a wonder you get anything done around here.
Ah, thanks, Professor. It's got a life of its own.
Strangely enough, I noticed you hadn't added your daily task list to it. And I don't want to have to remind you about them again.
Oh, thanks. Let's see. So I access the list. It'll come back to me.
Just go to the 4 selection buttons.
¿Cuántos botones de la esa?
Where were they again?
The upper right of the pad.
Ah, yeah.
A la derecha,
Top of
hermano.
the 4 buttons, right? Cool. Then I use the navigation nub to highlight and then hit the bottom button.
Precisely.
Okay, great. And it's the rightmost button to go back, right?
Indeed. Now hop to it. And I'll see...
¿Cómo? Limpia la estación de filtrado. Me ha pedido que limpie la estación de filtrado. Echa de comer a los peces. No. Atenta, Miquela, que esto es cosa tuya.
Fret. It's out of food. Better ask Cyrus about this.
Pregunta a Cyrus. Y algo más, ¿no? Cirus. Espérate que... Por aquí por donde subí, ¿no? ¿Qué es eso? Cyrus. ¿Esto qué polla es? Estoy quieto, tío. ¿Quieres moverte? Hermano, ¿qué haces? ¿No puede correr? Ah, puede correr, vale. Mira cómo corrí. ¿Y dónde está Cirus? Cirus sobre comida. Si hay alguien que sepa hablarme de comida veces, para veces ese sí. Tostada especial, sistema. No entiendo nada.
Fish hot. And more
Ah,
fish.
Harold.
Many fish.
Perfect timing.
Hot.
Oh,
Fish
Senor Tenenbaum.
hot.
You too.
I was just hoping to watch some Sun Tzu's Ash.
You're not just drinking it.
Got any idea how to work the old telly?
I think it's one of those all-water ad-only models.
Ah.
Hard to do.
Should still be good for watching the announcement on tonight, though, right?
You're really gonna watch that? They'll just announce another tube price hike again.
Well, who knows? Diego from Health Services said he heard something about the reveal of something important.
What brings you to the lounge, anyway?
Would you guess that the tubes to the utility district and the social district are down again?
Strangely, yes. I can believe that. Does that mean school is out?
Yep. The Bambinos are happy, and I don't mind the time off. But if it goes on much longer, they'll forget everything.
Won't they do their homework?
Maybe. The whole social district is off limits right now, so at least there won't be much else for them to do.
Is that why you're hanging out here?
Mostly. It's just kind of cozy here, though, you know?
I suppose it is.
Anyway, don't mind me, Harold.
What is Sun Tzu's Ash?
Yes, Sun Tzu's Ash. Eternal Love. Best and only Turkish novella we have on board. I thought season 18 was bad, what with all the drama around Emery's cousin and whatnot. It's worth powering through to season 36, though. That's where the
36.
begins.
I'll try to check it out sometime. Bye, Chris.
See you later, Harold. I'll be here if you want some company.
Peki ama sen kimsin ve ben kimim? Bunları bilmeli.
I hate being railroaded. But sometimes you just have to go where they tell you. It's better than Moreau having to bail me out again.
Ah, que no puedo irme. No puedo irme. Pues habrá que buscar aquí a la peña, ¿no? Uy. ¿Qué pasa? Hay un pulpo ahí pegado. ¿Cómo? No me entero de nada, no sé qué cojones ha pasado. No sé qué he hecho.
Clean as a whistle again.
Pero ya he hecho una misión. Tareas. Lo he hecho y no sé qué he hecho. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Aquí está. El cara de verga.
Hey, Sai.
Oh, hey, Harold. What's
Siru.
going?
Sai.
How's up?
Just doing my usual rounds. Trying to clean the fish and feed the filter station.
Super nice. How are the fishies doing?
They're swimming away, looking good. But there's no food left in the fish feeding machine.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, I've been thinking about fish a lot recently. I've been wondering if, given fish blood is such a good fertilizer, what the slow release phosphates and nitrogen, but we don't want to hurt fish. If samples were taken, we could somehow synthesize the...
Sai.
Sai, Sai.
Sounds very interesting, but what about the food for the fish themselves?
Hmm? Oh, yes. Sorry, Brat. Didn't I restock the other night? Must have just thought about it. I'll have to formulate some more.
You make the fish food yourself?
Oh, I do indeed. I'm working on a new recipe at the moment, in fact.
But I mean, can fish even taste?
It's not just about taste, it's about nutrition. We want their gills to function optimally, don't we? And their pigments to express as vividly as possible, a bit like flowers.
Sai. New fish food would be great. I'm sure they'll love it.
Well, I'll get right on it, promise. Yeah, I think I have a test batch. Yep, here. A little taster to keep them going. You should try some too.
Thanks. I'll let you know what they think.
Oh, did you see that?
Was that fish real?
I'm not sure. I mean, even if it wasn't, their methods are getting way more sophisticated lately.
Yeah.
I kind of look forward to seeing what stunt they're going to pull next.
Me too.
Me gusta esa imagen así. Esta no, de fuera. Se ve guay, ¿verdad? Parece una serie esta de dibujos de los de antes, ¿verdad? Cuando se hacían de plastilina. Tipo Pingu.
Yes, on all those little flyers, handwritten too. What did that
Eso lo hacían mucho los alemanes, series así alemanas. Plan plastilina.
Didn't it say what's out here?
Ooh, like they've hidden something.
Maybe they think the ocean is a conspiracy too?
Completado. Mensajes. Ay, mira, he hecho otro dibujo ahí. A mí me gustaba Pingu y lo veía todas las tardes. Abajo no, es para arriba. Por aquí. Vamos. No, por ahí no. Por aquí. Bingo. Vamos a subir esto porque no... Pero se entendía lo que decían. Estaba muy bien hecho porque se entendía lo que decían. Los gestos y todo eso y la forma de hablar. Pececitos a comer.
Little fishy, your little dishy is now served. Okay, Herald Bot Diagnostic Report. Scanning.
Scanning.
All tests completed satisfactorily. Enjoyment evaluation minimal. Energy levels depleted. Recharging required. Next destination, Agora Arcades.
Galería Ágora. Vale, Galería Ágora. Podemos coger ya el ascensor, ¿no? No, aquí no. ¿Qué bajas por aquí? Galería Ágora.
Why isn't this working? So typical. I suppose the ticket reactivation is still going to take a while.
Joder, qué pesados. Mira el anuncio. Mira el anuncio. Ah, el anuncio de aquí. Que no te atasques ahí.
Hello again.
Hey, Chris. Ticket not working. Mind if I watch the announcement with you?
Oh, be my guest. Not that I actually live here.
Oh, it started.
We chose the stars, not instead of the Earth, but because of it. We chose sacrifice and responsibility. Well, we didn't, I guess, but our ancestors did, and we wouldn't be here if they hadn't. Left, I mean. We'd be back on Earth, and where would that have got anyone? We may not have ever seen our home, tasted its air, or gazed across its boiling seas, but we remember it. And then we made a new home, even if it wasn't quite what anyone had in mind. And one corporation over all others helped make that possible. All water. On that note, I'd like to introduce Madam CEO Brenna Castlejob.
Brenna Castlejob. Castlejob.
Good day to you all. As you may know, I am Brenna Castlejob, the CEO of All Water Corporation. More importantly, I'm a citizen of the Fedora just like you. And it's my unmitigated pleasure today to show you what you're about to see. Join me in reliving and celebrating the remarkable journey we've been on together, before we unveil the next step of that journey.
It may have started with one man, but it took the hearts and minds of many more to make the dream a reality. That dream began at the height of the Cold War, when the world was on the very brink of annihilation. He conceived of an Ark-like spacefaring ship, financed by the wealthiest countries, families, and private institutions such as the Schlipmeyer Foundation, as a gesture of global care for the human race. That ship journeyed for 200 years, was home to 5 generations, and sailed past many solar systems, making fascinating discoveries along the way, like the bacteria that are now responsible for our energy supply, or the mineral samples we took from planets along the way that allow us to build new materials. We had difficulties to deal with too, such as surprise asteroid fields, periods of hopelessness, and the unpleasant albeit brief alien infestation. And of course, 120 years after launch, our last message from our beloved Earth in its final moments. After 200 years, we finally arrived at our destination. only to find that the promising watery planet contained no habitable landmass and dense toxic gases in the
Vaya tela, ¿no?
atmosphere. Hardly the second Earth we had hoped for. It wasn't long into our new search that the solar winds came. Maybe our ancestors couldn't have possibly known, or maybe they could, that they would cause our ship to crash, just like Icarus, but with worse luck. Either way, we can be thankful for a soft landing and good waterproofing.
Watercore.
Wasn't that a wild ride, huh? We've achieved so much aboard the Fedora, but we've never stopped thinking big. We had the idea to make sure we weren't missing out on anything going on outside. We're in a whole new galaxy, so we should be listening to see what the local news is. So we hatched a new plan. A state-of-the-art, deep space radio buoy capable of keeping itself afloat and slowly circumnavigating our watery new home while scanning for signals and interesting cosmic gossip.
¿Y es que Mega se peina?
Wait for it. Yes, we're delighted to announce it's floating to the surface right now. That's right. The buoy will be in position in another few hours. Big congratulations and thanks to All Water for making this possible. I'm excited to see what we pick up.
That was some announcement, huh?
Sure. Makes for some nice gossip. But I think they should fix the tube system or upgrade the TVs, eh? For this fancy boy drama, eh?
Yeah, that'd be nice. What if there really is nothing else out there?
Exactamundo. We should be focusing on inner space before outer, huh?
Yeah, man. Speaking of inner space, I hope the tickets are working again tomorrow.
Que claro. At least I brought some homework to mark. Those bambinos will forget everything at this rate.
And you've got your trusty couch.
Yep. We've gotten to know each other well.
Okay. I'm gonna get some sleep. Buona notte, Chris.
Buona notte, Harold.
Ben sanki seni yıllardır tanıyor ve aşkımdan
Vale.
yanıyor gibiyim. Ama niye
¿Y me tengo que ir a dormir de verdad o qué? Anuncio de la boya. Tarea, a dormir. A dormir.
Fedorans. The all-water tube system will shortly be closing for the night. Attend to the necessary travel arrangements. Get home safe.
Algo va a pasar, ¿verdad? Ahora cuando duermo. Nos vamos a despertar o algo así de repente. Pues se ha ido toda la mierda a lo mejor.
Oh boy. What a day. Here's hoping tomorrow's a bit more relaxed. I could do with
Más tranquilo dice el hijo de puta si no ha hecho nada.
All this running back and forth for people is tiring, man.
Se ha hecho 2 regados nada más.
That's what they pay you for.
Has hecho 2 regados nada
Let
más.
us down now.
Hijo de puta, ha hecho 2 regados nada más. Día 18.251 después de Cristo.
Morning, Harold.
Hello, Professor. What did you think of that announcement?
It was quite fantastically self-aggrandizing.
Yes, it did go on a bit. The boy seems cool, though.
Indeed. I'm sure it'll make a great source of distraction. Now, if you're quite ready,
Sure.
Me faltó una mano, ¿no?
Ready for what?
I made a breakthrough discovery at the Arboretum last night. Do you remember the last batch of bloomy rocks?
Oh, the really small ones from the last intake? The ones with the strange shapes and the little holes and...
The blue ones, yes. Turns out their surface composition doesn't just give us clues about our immediate aquatic environs. I think they've picked up some influences from outer space as well. Take a look through the microscope. You'll see what I mean.
Just remind me exactly how that thing works again.
Harold, are you fooling me? This will be the last time I explain it to you, so for once, pay attention. You need to open the hatch first.
A la que vamos a liar. ¿Otro puzzle?
Now, activate the switch next to the board to open the sample shelf.
Ah, no, era esto de aquí.
The rock you want is in the container on the lower right. You remember your left and right? Bring it to the microscope and insert it into the hatch.
Coño. Está guapo esto, ¿eh?
Et voila! Check the microscope and finally you'll see what I mean. The one you're looking at now seems to have picked up radiation from our nearest sun. There's a particular mark for each time there's been a solar flare.
I can only see one mark?
That's the problem.
Marca naranja.
There isn't enough of a recording on this one. I dated it to roughly 40 BC.
40 antes de
So we
Cristo.
need an older one. For...
Exactly. Older ones, ideally. Although I doubt we'll have much luck catching more of them by chance. Oh, yes. We have to figure out when there's going to be a gap between flares. Flares cause the solar winds. A gap between solar storms is our only window for leaving this place. I need you to look into this, Harold. If anyone on board has an older rock, we need it procured. Yes?
But if we're not going to be able to catch one, where am I supposed to start looking?
You could start at Tommy's store.
Joder,
You and I
vaya sueño
both
hoy.
know that guy somehow gets hold of whatever those
Madre mía.
filter stations spit out, and then sells them at an outrageous markup.
Good evening, Jean.
Nice to see you, Bridget.
Is the
Bridget.
sample in the microscope? I'm really curious to inspect it.
Yes, you definitely should.
So...
Dare I ask, what is it?
Ah, vale, sí. Ya me lo ha mandado.
No, it...
Be good.
Vale, vale. Tengo que...
Hey.
Hey, you're the professor's assistant, Jeremy, right?
Yes, but no.
Harold
I'm
Halibut.
I interned in your section for about a year.
Oh, goodness, you're a microwave boy.
So, you do remember me.
Yes, how could I forget that debacle?
Hmm?
Actually, I've just met with your professor.
Is everything okay?
Not entirely, but I probably shouldn't be telling you.
Okay,
But I suppose if Moreau trusts you, I'm a bit worried about our ship's energy reserves. I thought I'd talk to your boss about it.
Dios,
She's
esto
the
es para
smartest person on board,
jugarlo.
isn't she?
Vale, directo, muy tranquilo, ¿eh?
reserves? Are we in some kind of trouble?
Now I've said too much. Ask Moreau.
No sé, a lo mejor
She'll
después se
tell you
pone
more.
muy... ese la cosa. De
Did you
momento.
guys talk about the bloomy rocks at all? Moreau said I should maybe check with your husband.
As a matter of fact, we did. As for my husband, you'll have to ask him, which is more than I've been able to do the past few days. Knowing that infuriating rock collection, I'm sure he'll find you something. He's a sweetheart, really, you know? Go ask him.
See you later.
Bye, Richard.
Tareas, busca la roca. Él quiere que vaya a la tienda de Tommy en la galería Ágora y le pregunte si tiene una roca. La galería Ágora, ¿dónde estaba eso? Hemos estado antes, ¿no?
Harold, when you see Cyrus, could you give him a message for me?
Sure thing, Professor.
Just ask him, how are the details coming along?
Okay. I will ask him, but,
Yes, I know. I could ask him myself, but didn't you stop to wonder why I don't want to?
I just did stop to wonder.
It's complicated, okay? We go back a long way and don't always see eye to eye, especially on matters of categorization, nomenclature, and subsequent archiving methodology. Not that he ever saw fit to delineate his preferred... Don't mind me, Harold. I just mean Cyrus has his stubborn phases, and I just can't talk to him when he's in one.
Okay, say no more. Your message is safe with me.
Actually, Harold... No, it's okay. Nothing. Run along now.
Vale. Vale, ahora el mensaje para Cyrus. ¿Y dónde estaba la galería esa de agua? No me acuerdo, tío. Esto no funcionará todavía, ¿no? Ah, sí. Galería de agua.
Destination selected. Have a pleasant journey and a fantastic day.
Eso es que te echa un potingue para que te deslices mejor por la tubería.
You may now exit the tube.
Utterly unconcerned for your own safety, no respect for authority,
El niño de hoy.
wanton disregard for the future of humanity.
Harold, good timing. You can explain things to the Major, can't you?
Harold, come here and explain things. And yourself.
Major, I'm just passing through. I really don't know what this is about. Hi, Felix.
So you're not here to make excuses for this diminutive delinquent?
Hey, I'm not diminutive. I've just got longer to live than you. And Harold, tell him about our plan.
Harold! I thought I told you to stay out of trouble.
¿Qué planes?
Known you'd be wrapped up in
¿Qué se
this.
inventa el niño este?
I'm not in trouble. There is no plan.
Are you questioning my authority and/or organizational merit?
Que te calles.
No, Major.
If I find out you're a bad influence on young Felix here...
Not me, Major. Whatever Felix did, I'm sure it was meant innocently.
And how would you know about that? Unless you're in league with him.
I mean, if you just relax.
Relax? Harold, you're really starting to tweak my beak.
But
Este hombre está un poco nervioso.
Utterly unconcerned for his own safety, no respect for authority, wanton disregard.
Anyway, Major, under whose jurisdiction is Harold in trouble?
Mine! I'm the law here. Felix, will you be a witness to this?
Absolutely.
And can you testify to Harold's involvement?
Only if he's willing to testify to mine.
Harold, tell the truth now. It'll be easier in the long run.
I haven't witnessed anything to testify.
Damn it! Then the case is in danger of falling apart.
I'm sure Felix's parents will deal with this.
Good point. They should really be present while you question me, Major. I'm only a minor.
Don't you throw the book at me, son. Where are they anyway?
I don't know. And good luck finding them.
Oh no, Felix, have you lost them?
Harold, leave this to the professionals. Felix, do you mean to tell me you've neglected to file a missing person or persons report?
Shouldn't we look for them?
Don't change the subject.
But, Major, what is the subject?
That's right, Harold. Know your rights.
Hijo puta niño.
And I mean if you're acting as some kind of heroic big brother figure to this young man, I expect you to be a positive influence.
There's no...
Come on, spit it out, man.
Just leave me alone, Sandstrom. I've got fish to feed.
Okay, Harold, but your fish won't save you if I catch you red-handed. Now, Felix. Where is
Mira,
Felix?
niño.
Oh no. Felix?
Harold, you've lost him. Gah.
Yo lo he perdido yo, dice el hijo puta. Bueno, pues como habéis visto, como he dicho, es una historia narrativa y como la historia narrativa, pues son muy lentas, bastante lentas, con mucho el diálogo, al principio por lo menos, y bueno, tienes que ir haciendo una serie de misiones que te van encargando y poco a poco imagino que irás saliendo de... irás recorriendo lo que es toda la nave esa submarina. Yo no sé si habrá momento en que puedas salir fuera. Había ahí una misión que hemos hecho y que estaba hablando sobre algo que había fuera. Seguramente sí, ¿vale? Y bueno, no sé. El estilo gráfico me gusta mucho, la verdad. Me ha gustado mucho el juego. Pero eso es lo que te digo. Esto es para jugarlo muy de tranqui, ¿vale? A lo mejor ya está harto de jugar FPS, está harto de jugar RPG y todo eso. Y pues te coges esto tranquilamente por la tarde y ya está. Está bastante guay. Así que, gente, yo espero que os haya gustado. Y es así, como siempre, ponle caso, eso ayuda mucho, ¿vale? Al algoritmo de YouTube, que está ahí bastante difícil cada vez. Y bueno, pues de esa manera pues puede salir un poquito más a flote los vídeos. Por lo demás también podéis suscribiros, que es gratis, ¿vale? Las dos cosas son gratuitas, como siempre digo, en cada vídeo. Y podéis ver más cosas que tengo. Y como digo siempre, pues si no os gusta, os suscribís y ya está. Si no pasa nada, nada de eso cuesta dinero. Y ya sabéis, como siempre, también en la caja de comentarios podéis comentar lo que queráis, qué os parece este juego y si queréis que juegue una demo de otro juego, ¿vale? Aunque haya terminado ya prácticamente, pero no sé, si os ocurre, hay alguna demo que os guste y quiera que pruebe, pues podemos ver, si es que está la demo todavía, ¿vale? Así que nada, gente, nos vemos en el próximo videito. Un abrazo y a cuidarse. Chao, chao.